Yeah, so in the last session we were discussing about types of variables and the concept of variable length argument. Can anyone briefly summarize the things which we have discussed in the last session? Like how many types of variables are available in Java? What is the difference between all the types? Anyone?
सर 3 टाइप के वेरिएबल्स थे, लोकल, इंस्टेंस
Okay.
एंड स्टैटिक वेरिएबल।
Correct.
लोकल वेरिएबल सर की जो हमने लोकली सर जिसका स्कोप अंदर तक हो, मतलब आपने किसी मेथड के अंदर लिखा है।
Correct.
इंस्टेंस वेरिएबल सर की जो हम लोग क्लास के
Correct.
क्लास में लेते हैं सम क्लास
Correct.
उसमें। और स्टैटिक वेरिएबल सर स्टैटिक वेरिएबल सर मैं को याद नहीं आ रहा।
कोई बात नहीं, स्टैटिक भी हम क्लास में डिफाइन करते हैं, लेकिन उसके लिए हमें स्टैटिक कीवर्ड का यूज करना पड़ेगा। फाइन। सो
यस सर।
yes, so you were right. We were having three types of variables: local, instance, and static. If we talk about local variables, then all the variables which are defined inside the method, or you can say inside the constructor or inside any kind of block, those variables are always known as local variables, where the scope will be limited for that method only or for that constructor only. Outside the method or constructor you cannot access it. And mainly we can say that local variables are temporary variables, and for performing certain calculations only mostly we are using local variables. And many times for initialization purpose we are using constructor, and inside the constructor we can define the variables. So the use of those variables will be limited to that constructor only. And one more thing, for local variable, as we have discussed, you don't need to even specify the access specifier. It is not needed. And what about default value? Uh, is default value there for local variable?
No, sir.
Yes, no. For local variables, default values are not there. So whenever you want to perform certain calculations using local variables, as soon as you declare the variable, you need to initialize the value. And if you talk about integer, then you need to initialize it with 0. If you talk about string value, then you need to initialize the string value with null value or empty string. So at least any kind of value must be there before using the variables. And so this is what all about local variable. Then if we talk about instance variable, then instance variables are those variables which are defined inside the class and outside the method. And as soon as we declare the class, inside the class, whatever variables we define, all the variables can be considered as instance variables, or you can say class variables. And the variables are known as instance because to access those variables, you need to create the object of class, or you can say you need to create an instance of class. So both are same. Either you can say object of class or you can say instance of class. Both are same. So using the object of class or using the instance of class, whatever variables you access, all those variables can be considered as class variables, or you can say instance variables. And for instance variables, default values are there. So again, for each data type, default values are different. If you talk about integer, it is 0. If you talk about string, it is empty string. If you talk about float or double, then it is 0.0. So for each data type, default values are there. Those values are specified in the language itself. So even though you don't assign any value, whenever you try to print the value, you will get the default value. So in case of Java, the concept of garbage value is not there. Fine, because automatic garbage collector is there, so you don't need to worry about it. And for any data type, if you don't assign value to any variable, then again you will get the default value only, and garbage value will not be there. And lastly, we were discussing about static variables. So again, class variables and static variables both are same. The only difference is if the variable is declared with static keyword, then you can say it is static variable. And the only difference between class variable and static variable is the variables which are declared with static, for those variables, the memory occupation will be done only once. And whenever we will load the class, it will occupy the memory only once. And to access the static variables, you cannot, you can access it using class name itself. You don't need to create the object. But if you want to create the object, it is fine. It is up to you. But without creating object, even you can access the value. Fine. So any doubt about static variable, class variable, local variables? Then tell me.
No, sir.
Okay, great. And one more concept we were discussing, which was variable length argument. Can anyone tell me what is variable length argument and why we generally use it?
सर वो कुछ आपने फंक्शन से अपने एग्जांपल दिया था.
Correct. So what do you mean by variable length argument?
मतलब अगर आप वेरिएबल लेंथ आर्गुमेंट ले लेते हैं तो फिर आप कितना भी उसमें मतलब कोई फंक्शन में आर्गुमेंट दे,
Correct.
अगर यूजर डाल रहा है तो आप उसको यूज कर सकते हो बिना लेंथ
Correct.
जाने के.
Correct. We don't need to worry about the number of parameters we pass during the method call. Fine. So for example, if any method is defined and there are, let's say, 2 parameters. So to call that method, I need to give 2 values only. This is the ideal rule. But if we go with the concept of variable length argument, and if we implement the method where as a parameter, if we pass variable length argument, then you can call the method by passing n number of parameters. It is up to you. Even though you pass one parameter, it will call the same method. Even though if you pass 2 parameters, it will call the same method. Fine. So whenever you have certain requirements, always you can go with the concept of variable length argument. And to implement this concept with any method, with any constructor, the only thing is, as a parameter, you need to pass data type, then 3 dots, and name of the array. Again, I am repeating, the syntax is data type, 3 dots, and name of the array. So whenever you will execute the method, whenever you pass the values, all the values will be stored in the array which you have specified as a parameter. And once you have values inside the array, you can play with the array. You can do wonders with the array. Fine. If you have all the elements inside the array, then you know how to deal with array, how to access the array, how to get the elements, how to perform calculations based on the array elements. All the operations you are aware about all the operations. So the only requirement is you need to get all the elements inside the array, and that you can do using this concept, which is variable length argument. Is it fine? Any doubt in this?
No, sir.
Great. So today we are going to discuss the concept of type conversion. So now let me share my screen. So today we will discuss about type conversion, and then we will discuss few more things like there are certain rules for inbuilt class and methods that also I will explain you. And if time permits, we will see structure also, structure of Java program. Mostly I'm planning to have 2 sessions. Fine. And the session which is at 11 o'clock, that also I'm going to conduct. So in 2 sessions, we will try to cover more number of things. So today, let us start with the type conversion. So what do you think whenever we talk about type conversion for any programming language? What do you understand from this topic? What is your view on this topic?
सर मतलब कोई भी डेटा टाइप को दूसरे डेटा टाइप में चेंज करना वो होता है.
Correct. Very good. You are 100% correct. Yes, anyone other than this, if you want to add anything?
So same thing.
Correct. So the answer is correct. Whenever we want to convert the value of one data type into another data type, then that concept is always known as type conversion. So many times you may observe that I am having integer variable, and if needed, I can assign or I can convert the value from integer to float. I can assign the integer value to float variables. That we can do. Fine. So in Java also there are 2 types of type conversion. One is widening conversion. The other one is narrowing conversion. Again, I'm repeating, whenever you want to convert the value of one data type into another data type, then that concept is known as type conversion. In case of Java, there are two types of type conversions. One is widening conversion and other one is narrowing conversion. And so we are going to discuss both the things and we will implement also, so that you will come to know what is the difference between both the types. So let me write the definition. To convert the value of hello, good morning, call करूँ मैंने session चाले શું કહેવા માટે? Yeah, so to convert the value of one type of variable into another type known as type conversion, and this is how we can define the concept of type conversion. If you want to convert the value of one data type into another data type, so we may have many variables having different data types, and later on if needed we can convert the values. So to convert those values, we have two types. First one is widening and other one is narrowing. So in this practical example, we are going to discuss both the things, widening and narrowing. Then we will define what do you mean by widening and what do you mean by narrowing. But before starting, based on the name, can anyone have an idea that what do you mean by widening conversion? Can you define it?
सर INT टू फ्लोट जाएंगे तो ज़्यादा वाइड होगा एक टाइप से.
Correct, correct. So widening means whenever you want to convert the value from a smaller data type to larger data type. This is how we can define widening. Fine. From smaller we are trying to convert the value into larger. So if we go with any practical example, let's say what can I give? Yeah, let's say we have huge classroom. Fine. And inside the classroom, if I ask you that you need to be inside the classroom, then easily you can accommodate yourself, because the length of classroom is too big, classroom is too wide, so easily you can be there. You are smaller, and comparing you with the classroom is big enough, and so you can easily be there. Are you getting the point which I'm trying to connect?
यस सर.
या तो अभी मेरे पास एक क्लासरूम है और मेरे पास कई सारे स्टूडेंट्स है, मैं उसको बोलता हूँ कि आपको क्लासरूम में जाना है, तो वो इजीली क्लासरूम में अंदर जा सकते हैं, बिकॉज कंपेयर टू स्टूडेंट्स क्लासरूम इज टू ह्यूज. फाइन. सो इजीली दे कैन बी देयर, वो उसके अंदर आराम से जा सकते हैं और वहाँ पे बैठ सकते हैं. बट अगर मैं ऐसा बोलूँ कि मेरे पास एक छोटा सा बॉक्स है और मैं ऐसा बोलूँ कि आप सबको इस बॉक्स में जाना है, देन व्हाट विल हैपन?
आधे आएंगे आधे नहीं आएंगे.
आधा आ जाएंगे बॉक्स में, छोटा सा बॉक्स
मतलब
है.
इन द सेंस सर कोई नहीं आएगा.
Yeah. So if let's say I am having very small box where I can just put my mobile, that kind of box I'm talking about. And if I ask you to be there inside that box, then surely you will not be there. Fine. You cannot be there. Are you getting me?
Yes sir.
Yeah. So that kind of conversion we cannot say it is widening. Fine. It is narrowing, where from larger we are trying to go into smaller. So that is known as narrowing. So this is the difference between both the types. Whenever you assign any value, which is having smaller data type, and if you assign that value to larger data type, then it is widening, which is possible. But if we talk about reverse case, where if we try to assign the value of larger data type into smaller one, which is not possible. You cannot be inside this small box. So you cannot assign the value of larger data type into smaller one. But again, to do that, we need to do certain things that we are going to discuss in this session only. But for widening, you don't need to do any extra things. Easily you can convert the value from smaller data type to larger data type. Fine. So now let us discuss about one very simple example. Let me just define the class. Let's say type conversion. Before this, let me admit few people. Yeah. And let me define main method. Public static void main.
सर बाय द वे इसको सिंटेक्स की मतलब इसको इसी तरीके से लिखना जरूरी है सीक्वेंस में, पब्लिक स्टैटिक वॉइड मेन की कैसे भी लिख सकते?
No, we need to follow the same syntax. Okay. Because whenever you talk about access specifier, it comes first. You cannot write void public main. It is not valid way. Access specifier will be in the beginning for each method, whether it is inbuilt or user defined. Then you can write the extra keywords like static, final, whatever keywords you want to use, that you can write here. Then it comes to return type and then name of the method. So that's why we need to follow the same thing.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. And let's say in this method I am having one integer variable. Let's say integer a is equal to 10. I am having one float variable. Let's say b equal to a. What do you think? Is it a valid way?
शायद नो सर, f लिखना पड़ता है ना फ्लोट के लिए.
No, for assigning the value we need to write f, but for declaring we don't need to write it.
ओके सर.
सर प्रिंट तो होगा बट 10.0000 ऐसे आएगा.
Okay, great. So let us try. Let me just save this file.
ना सर आपने कन्वर्जन किया?
no, अभी नहीं किया है, लेकिन मैं कुछ दिखाना चाहता हूँ. कन्वर्जन किया नहीं है फिर भी हो जाएगा.
वाइडली ऑटोमेटिक होता है ना.
That is what I want to explain. Now let me compile this file javac type conversion.java, and you can see I'm not getting any error. Now let me run this file. As Jatin was mentioning, I'm getting 10.0. Fine. So here what we have done, see, we have declared two variables. One is integer, one is float. If I talk about integer data type, then compared to float, it is known as smaller data type. Fine, it is smaller data type. So here what I'm trying to do, I'm assigning the value of a to b. B is float, a is integer. So I am assigning the value of integer variable to float variable. So we can say we are assigning smaller value to larger value. I am asking you to be inside the classroom, which is possible. You don't need to do any extra things, as I said. And that's why widening conversion is also known as automatic type conversion. Fine, widening conversion is also known as automatic type conversion. So whenever you want to assign smaller value to larger, directly you can assign the value. As usually for normal variables, whatever things we are doing, you can go with the same thing. अगर यहाँ पे मैं दो integer variable लेता, for example, instead of float, if I write integer b, then again it is valid, and both the variables are integer, so we can easily assign the value. Are you getting me?
Yes, sir.
So similarly, if I go with float variable, then in this case I'm trying to assign the smaller data type into larger one, which is possible. Without doing anything, we can assign the value from smaller data type to larger data type, and that is why widening type conversion is also known as automatic type conversion. Fine. So that's why type conversion is done automatically. We have not done anything, but still we have assigned the value. Are you with me? Are you getting me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Everyone. जैसा मैंने बोला आप सब यस बोल सकते हो तो मुझे भी अच्छा लगेगा. Generally we do in the classroom.
Sir.
Together we say yes and it sounds great. I want to hear that kind of thing. And if needed we can go with 1, 2, 3 and all together we can say yes. Yeah, mostly you are replying through chat also, that's fine. Jatin bhi mere saath hai, Smith bhi hai. Thanks. Natasha is also there, Rusi. So as I said, if you will interact with me, then I will enjoy and you will get more amount of knowledge. Gautam is also there. Great. So this is known as a widening type conversion. Now let me do one more thing. Here let me define one more variable. Let's say byte C, integer d is equal to, let's say, 20, and if I do like this, c is equal to d, and let me just try to print the value of c. What do you think? What will be the output for the second case? For the last case, I am talking about this one.
Sir, नहीं होगा.
I have two variables. One variable is having byte data type. Other variable is having integer data type. I have initialized the value of integer variable, and now I am trying to assign the integer value to byte variable. Value of integer variable to byte variable. Jatin is saying नहीं होगा. What about other?
सर int से बाइट छोटा है कि छोटा है ना?
Yes, byte is smaller.
हाँ तो हो जाएगा.
Byte is smaller. Integer is larger one.
Integer larger one.
Yes.
नहीं होगा सर.
नहीं होगा.
नहीं होगा ना सर. आपने int की वैल्यू ली है.
See, here we were trying to assign the smaller value to larger. Here we are going with reverse case, larger to smaller. Fine. So जैसे many of you are saying that it will not be done, you are correct. Let's see. See, I am getting an error. Incompatible types, possible lossy conversion from integer to byte. Fine, because this kind of conversion is not automatic conversion. This is not widening. This is narrowing. We are getting narrow down. From larger data type, we are trying to assign the value into smaller one. So I am asking you to be inside the smaller box, which is not possible. तो अगर मुझे ऐसा करना है कि आप लोगों को बोलना है कि इस बॉक्स में आपको बैठना है तो क्या करोगे आप? What is the solution?
सर बॉक्स को बड़ा कर देंगे.
Very good, very good. Yes.
int को पहले बाइट में कन्वर्ट करेंगे, बाद में वो स्टोर करेंगे.
int को करेंगे तो बॉक्स का क्या होगा? अभी मैं बॉक्स की बात कर रहा हूँ. Are you getting me? तो अभी आपके पास दो ऑप्शन है. आइदर आपको अपने आप को अपनी साइज छोटी करनी पड़ेगी, or else you can increase the size of box. So ultimately you need to do something. This is what I want to point out. To perform to perform narrowing conversion, you need to do something. It will not be done automatically because you are giving the larger value to smaller one, which is not possible. So for that you need to do something. And whatever we will do, that concept is known as, can anyone tell me what is that concept? You have already covered in C programming.
explicit conversion.
Yeah, so what is that? Again, inside
मतलब बाजू में हम लिख देंगे कि काउंट्स करके आए
Yes.
बाइट.
Yes, so that concept is known as typecasting, if you remember. That concept is known as typecasting. जो आपने बोला ना कि अभी ब्रैकेट्स में हम लिख देंगे जिस टाइप में हमें कन्वर्ट करना है, तो पहले हमें हमारा जो टाइप है उसको कास्ट करना पड़ेगा इन द एप्रोप्रिएट वन. तो अभी मुझे यहाँ पे डी वेरिएबल की वैल्यू सी में स्टोर करनी है, देन व्हाट शुड बी द वे, जैसा आपने बोला कि हम ब्रैकेट में कुछ लिख देंगे, व्हाट शुड आई राइट एंड वेयर शुड आई राइट दैट थिंग?
वो कुछ टाइप डेफ लिखते हैं।
No, you need to just specify the data type only. Type def is not needed. You can write the appropriate data type.
डेटा टाइप एंड ब्रैकेट में लिख देना।
Yes. तो यहाँ पे देखो अभी वेरिएबल d is having integer data type. Fine. तो मुझे ऐसा करना पड़ेगा कि ये जो integer data type है उसको मुझे बाइट में कन्वर्ट करना पड़ेगा फर्स्ट. If it is converted into byte, then I can assign the value to byte variable. Are you getting me?
नो सर, क्या बोले आप?
Again, I am repeating. As of now, d variable is having integer data type. Fine. You can see here. D variable is having integer data type, so that's why I am not able to assign the value from integer to byte because integer is larger one. तो हमें क्या करना पड़ेगा, जैसे यहाँ पे D वेरिएबल इंटीजर टाइप का है, पहले मुझे इसको बाइट में कन्वर्ट करना पड़ेगा. If it is converted into byte, then I can easily assign the value of byte variable to byte variable. Byte to byte is possible, both are same. So first thing what we will do, we will try to convert this integer data type into byte one. जैसे d बाइट में कन्वर्ट हो जाएगा, then we can easily assign the value. Are you getting this concept?
यस
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so to convert this integer variable into byte, the only thing is you can write the data type which you want to convert. Let's say I want to convert byte. So before this variable you can simply write the appropriate data type inside the brackets. So now I can say earlier d was integer. Now जैसे मैंने यहाँ पे d के आगे byte लिखा है, so now I can say now d is converted into byte variable and we can assign the byte value to byte variable. Now it is possible. So whatever we have done is known as typecasting. हम इसको ऐसा बोल सकते हैं कि मैंने d का टाइप कास्टिंग किया, पहले d इंटीजर में था, अभी मैंने उसको बाइट में कन्वर्ट कर दिया. Is it fine?
यस सर.
Yeah, and now if you will try to compile this file, you can see now we don't have any error, and let me just run this file and you can see I'm getting 20. Fine. So successfully we have assigned the value of integer data type into byte using the concept of type conversion. So this type of type conversion is known as narrowing type conversion. This is not widening, this is not automatic. So to perform narrowing conversion, you must say that the concept of typecasting is needed, while to perform widening conversion nothing is needed. Simply you can assign the value from smaller to larger. But for narrowing, you need to first typecast your data. After doing typecasting, you can assign the value, and that's why it is known as narrowing. From larger one, we are moving towards smaller. We are assigning the value of larger data type into smaller one, and that is why it is known as narrowing. Is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so this is known as the concept of type conversion in Java. So this type of conversion is applicable for all the data types. As of now, I have given very simple example, but it will be applicable for all the data types. The concept is whenever you assign smaller value to larger, it is automatic. Without doing anything, you can do it. And if you try to assign the larger value to smaller one, it will not be done automatically. In that case, you need to do typecasting. तो कभी भी आपको वो जो टाइप कन्वर्जन वाली जो एरर मिलती है, लूजी कन्वर्जन फ्रॉम बाइट टू इंटीजर, फ्रॉम इंटीजर टू फ्लोट, एट दैट टाइम you must remember that this is due to the narrowing conversion, and to solve the error you need to do typecasting. तो आपको जिसमें कन्वर्ट करना है वो डेटा टाइप यहाँ पे उसके आगे पहले लिखना पड़ेगा ब्रैकेट, which means that now d is converted into the appropriate data type and you can now easily assign the value. Okay, so that's it about type conversion. If you don't have any problem, we can go for one more topic.
सर टाइप कास्टिंग कोई नैरोइंग बोलेंगे?
Yes.
I mean narrowing कोई टाइप.
Yes.
Okay.
सर इसका यूज क्या, लेकिन कहाँ पे यूज कर सकते हैं इसे?
इसका यूज यही है कि कभी भी हम प्रोजेक्ट में वर्क करते हैं या प्रोग्राम में वर्क करते हैं तो मेनी टाइम्स मोस्टली क्या होता है कि हम वेरिएबल्स जब डिक्लेयर करते हैं तब हमें फ्यूचर की जो रिक्वायरमेंट है वो पता नहीं होती है. कभी भी आपको ऐसा लगता है कि यहाँ पे फॉर एग्जांपल मैंने एक बाइट वेरिएबल डिफाइन किया, एक इंटीजर डिफाइन किया, तो मेरा अभी एजम्पशन ऐसा ही था कि मुझे कभी भी ऐसी नीड है ही नहीं है कि मुझे इंटीजर से बाइट में जाना है। लेकिन लेटर ऑन आपकी रिक्वायरमेंट चेंज होती है, आपके लॉजिक के अकॉर्डिंग आपको ऐसी रिक्वायरमेंट मिलती है कि वहाँ आपको लार्जर वैल्यू स्मॉलर में असाइन करनी है। तो एट दैट टाइम इफ दैट कंसेप्ट इज नॉट देयर यू कैन नॉट असाइन द वैल्यू, एंड दैट्स द ओनली यूज। तो अभी बिफोर स्टार्टिंग द प्रोग्राम you never know what kind of requirements will be there, but later on you may have certain requirements where you can use those things. Is it fine?
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah. Now one more thing we are going to discuss today is see, there are many inbuilt classes and inbuilt methods which are defined in Java. Fine. So the question is how to identify whether this is the method or this is the class. So today I'm going to explain those things, because as I said, there are hundreds of inbuilt classes and methods. Whenever you will try to refer the internet and you will find many things. So based on your knowledge, you should be aware about the concept of class, methods, and package. So if you remember, in one of the session I was discussing that all the inbuilt methods will be defined in inbuilt classes, and all the inbuilt classes are defined in inbuilt packages, if you remember. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
This is how we need to follow the structure. All the inbuilt methods are part of the inbuilt classes. All the inbuilt classes are the part of inbuilt packages. So the only thing is how to identify whether this is method, this is class. So if I talk about, let's say, next line, can anyone tell me next line is what? Will it be a class or method?
Method.
Okay, what about others? Can anyone think about this? Next line will be a method or class?
Class.
Class.
Sir,
Okay. One more thing, let me give one more example. What about this one? Input stream reader. Will it be a class or method?
सर ये मुझे
Method.
पैकेजेस जैसे लग रहे हैं सर।
वही
Okay. Let me go with one more. What about this?
ये भी पैकेज ही लग रहा है।
Okay. Then what about this?
Package.
Okay. What about this? Sorry.
સર આ તો બધા કીવર્ડ છે.
मेथड्स टाइप हो गया।
હા, મેથડ્સ.
I have listed many things here. Fine. So few of you are saying that this is method, this is class, packages. So now today I'm going to give the naming conventions, so that based on looking at the name you will come to know that class name or package or even methods. Fine. So whenever it comes to class, always remember that for any word, if the first letter is capital, for any word, if the first letter is capital, then it is always an inbuilt class. I'm talking about the name where there is only one word. So for example, if I talk about graphics, there is only one word and the first letter of this word is capital. So surely it is an inbuilt class. This is class. So this is one rule. Why? Because first letter of the word is capital. Is it fine?
ओके सर।
So if I say applet, what do you think? Will it be a class or method?
Class.
सर
Correct.
क्लास.
Correct. There is only one word and first letter is capital, so obviously it is an example of class. So for those classes where there is only one word, this is the very simple rule. If the first letter is capital, then it is always class. Now let me add one more thing inside the concept of class. If we have class where there are one or more words, it is not that for class there will be only one word. We may have 2 or 3 words. ऐसा भी क्लास हो सकता है कि जहाँ पे 2 और 3 वर्ड्स होते हैं, तो उसमें भी वही रूल आपको अप्लाई करना है. फॉर ऑल दी वर्ड्स, if first letter is capital, then again it is a class. For every word, if first letter is capital, then it is always a class. So let me go with this input stream reader. See, you can see there are 3 words. First word is input, first letter is capital, then stream, first letter is capital, and reader, again first letter is capital. So there are 3 words. For each word, first letter is capital. So again this is an inbuilt class. Why? Because first letter of each word is capital. Is it fine?
Yes, sir.
यस सर.
तो अभी क्लास का खत्म हो गया. कोई भी क्लास होगा, whether there is one word or more words, always go for the capital letter. कोई भी वर्ड का फर्स्ट लेटर कैपिटल हो गया तो वो क्लास ही होगा always. There could be 5 words, there could be 7 words, 10 words, 1 word. Always refer the first character of each word, and if it is capital, surely it is a class. And now let me jump towards method. Method में ऐसा होगा कि अगर वो एक वर्ड वाली मेथड है, फॉर एग्जांपल लेट मी टॉक अबाउट sleep, and then you can see it is completely in small letters, there is no capital letter. तो अगर सिंगल वर्ड है, then it will be completely in small letters. There will not be any kind of capital letters. Are you getting me? If there is only a single
Yes.
word and if there is nothing which is capital, then it is always a method. Now I am talking about those methods where there could be 2 or 3 words. So let me go with next line. See, there are 2 words, one is next and other one is line. So for multiple words, whenever it is method, first word is completely small and remaining words will have first letter capital. Are you getting this? Whenever you have multiple words, apart from first word, for all the remaining words there will be first letter capital if it is method. So you can see next line, पहला word जो है next वो completely small में है. After that second word is line, so first letter is capital. So this is an inbuilt method. Similarly, if you talk about next int, you can see next, first word completely small, second word first letter is capital. So this is also method. To string, again you can see first word is to, which is completely small, second word is string, first letter is capital. This is also method. To float, same case, this is also method. Are you getting this?
Yes, sir.
यस सर.
So can anyone tell me a buffer reader, is it a class or method?
क्लास.
What about others?
Class.
Class. Okay, what about others? Still I
Class.
want few more answers.
सर क्लास
Class,
आएगा
sir.
Yes, myth.
Class,
Why
yeah.
it is class?
સર બીકોઝ બફર રીડરમાં પેલો વર્ડ બી કેપિટલ છે અને રીડર એમાં આર કેપિટલ છે.
Very good. As I said, if there are multiple words and for each word first letter is capital, then it is again a class. यही केस हुआ ना. first letter of each word is capital. So we have two words, and for both the words first letter is capital. So surely it is an inbuilt class. Then now what about this init? Can anyone tell me what is init?
सर ये मेथड हुई.
Okay. What about others?
Method, sir.
Correct. See, we have single word and all the letters are small letters. We don't have capital letters. So it's a method. And for method, if we have multiple words, then also apart from first word, for all the remaining words, the first letter would be capital. यहाँ पे अगर 3 word होगा, then also for third word, first letter would be capital. Similarly, wait, it is also method, only one word. Join, it is also method. Is it fine? But one more thing, to identify the methods, you can say there will be parenthesis. Always you will find the parenthesis. This is how you can identify it, like this. Knowingly, I have not done it to avoid the assumption, but otherwise it would be like this. Whenever it is method, you will find the parenthesis. For class, parentheses are not there. And to define the package, you can say, let's say, let me go with one more package. This is a package. This is not a method because parentheses are not there. Otherwise, for package, there is nothing like capital. Package name will be written completely in small letters, but parentheses will not be there. So that is why you can differentiate package from method. Otherwise, both are same. For method, there is again for first word there is no capital letter. Similarly, for package, there is no capital letter. But if it is package, then parentheses will not be there. Are you getting this?
Yes, sir.
If I talk about AWT, it is also a package. If I talk about IO, it is also package. Then if I talk about event is also a package. So there are many packages. If I talk about lang, util, so there are many inbuilt packages. And for all packages, you can see there is nothing like capital. It is completely in small letters. And parentheses will also not be there. So that's why these are packages. And as I said, whenever you want to access any properties of any inbuilt packages, before accessing the properties, you need to import the package. तो मुझे एप्लेट पैकेज की कोई भी प्रॉपर्टी एक्सेस करनी है, मुझे क्लास एक्सेस करना है, मेथड्स, वेरिएबल, कुछ भी, बिफोर एक्सेसिंग इट आई नीड टू इंपोर्ट दिस. वो कैसे इंपोर्ट करना है वो हम बाद में देखेंगे. आई थिंक वन ऑफ द प्रीवियस सेशंस वी हैव सीन दैट आल्सो. यूजिंग इंपोर्ट कीवर्ड यू कैन डू दैट, बट दैट वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस लेटर ऑन. सो दीज आर पैकेजेस. So for packages there is nothing like capital, and mostly there will be one word only. But again, if there are more words, then also everything will be in small letters. Mostly you will find one word only as far as packages are concerned. But for methods and classes, you may have many words, but you need to remember this rule. So again, I am repeating, for class, if there is only one word, then first letter is capital. If there are multiple words, then also first letter of each word is capital. तो क्लास में आपको ऐसे ही याद रखना है कि कितने भी वर्ड्स हो, अगर किसी भी चीज का फर्स्ट लेटर कैपिटल है, देन इट इज ऑलवेज क्लास. आपके पास वन वर्ड हो सकते हैं, टू हो सकते हैं, थ्री हो सकते हैं, फाइव हो सकते हैं. फॉर ईच वर्ड, इफ फर्स्ट लेटर इज कैपिटल, देन इट इज ऑलवेज एन इनबिल्ट क्लास. दिस इज द वेरी सिंपल रूल. एंड फॉर मेथड, if it is having single word, then it will be completely in small, and if it is having multiple words, then apart from first word, for all the remaining words, first letter will be capital. This is how you can define method. For multiple words, apart from first word, for all the remaining words, first letter would be capital letter, then it is always a method. To string, to is small string is having as capital. Again, to float, to integer, to int, and so there could be many methods. अगर वहां पे एक ही वर्ड है, you don't need to worry. If it is small letters, then it is method. आपके पास 2 या 3 वर्ड्स है और पहला जो है वो स्मॉल में, then it is not a class. For class the condition is first letter of each word is capital. तो यहाँ पे वो रूल जो है वो वायलेट होता है, then this is a method. So this is how you can differentiate मेथड्स, क्लास एंड पैकेजेस। तो अभी आप कभी भी इंटरनेट पे कुछ भी रेफर करते हो और आपको ऐसा कुछ दिखाई दे रहा है तो आपको अभी पता चल जाना चाहिए कि ये क्लास है। ऐसा कुछ है तो ये मेथड है, ये भी मेथड है, ये भी मेथड है। अगेन दिस इज द क्लास, दिस इज द क्लास। फाइन, आर यू गेटिंग दिस?
आप जनरली क्लास ऐसे नहीं लिखते हो, टू फ्लोट जैसा लिखा है, आप ऐसे ही सेव करते हो ना सर?
Yes, very good question. So mostly we were doing it just because at that time you were not knowing. So this is what we have planned, and generally I am doing it for all the batches. Before explaining this concept, I am doing it in the wrong way. But now, as you have said, now you know how to write the class. So from now onwards, whenever I save the file, you need to stop me. So for example, मैं यहाँ पे अगर कोई क्लास ऐसे डिफाइन करता हूँ, class demo variable like this, then as it is user defined, we don't have any error, we will not get any compilation error. But this is not the ideal way of defining class. Are you getting me? अगर ऐसा लिखते हैं तो इसमें कुछ प्रॉब्लम है ही नहीं, बट दिस इज नॉट अ वैलिड वे। क्योंकि हम ऐसा लिखते हैं तो वो मेथड वाला कंफ्यूजन होगा कि यहाँ पे फर्स्ट लेटर इज स्मॉल एंड अपार्ट फ्रॉम फर्स्ट लेटर फॉर रिमेनिंग वर्ड्स फर्स्ट लेटर इज कैपिटल। तो मुझे अगर यहाँ पे डेमो वेरिएबल ऐसा लिखना है तो दिस इज द वैलिड वे, आई नीड टू राइट लाइक दिस ओनली। सो फ्रॉम नाउ ऑनवर्ड्स यू विल कम टू नो दैट whenever I will write the class, I will write like this only. Fine, वही मुझे आपसे चाहिए था अभी। So it's a very good suggestion. And knowingly I was doing it. Fine, it is not that I was doing mistake, but knowingly I was doing it so that I can easily connect with this concept. हमने अभी टाइप कन्वर्जन लिखा था तो यहाँ वहां पे भी आपको पता होगा शायद मैंने ऐसा लिखा था।
Yes, sir.
Then again this is not a valid way. No doubt we will not get any compilation error, but this is a wrong way of defining class. As it is user defined, we don't have any problem, but for inbuilt you cannot write the class like this. So this is the valid way, you need to write like this type conversion. So from now onwards, whenever we will go with any examples, always you will find like this. For each word first letter would be capital always, and that you will be able to observe from now onwards. Yeah, any doubt? So last one, let me just give an example. Can anyone say if I write thread, what it could be? Is it a class, is it a method, or is it a package?
Class.
Class.
Correct, there is only
Class.
one word and first letter is capital, so it is obviously it is a class. One more. What is this?
Class, sir.
Correct.
Class.
What is this? Array index out of bounds.
Class.
Okay, what is this?
Class.
What is this?
Sir, this is a method. Method नहीं package होगा। हाँ, sorry sir.
Yeah, if it is
आपने
method,
parenthesis लगाई होती।
yes, if it is method, I would have written like this, but I didn't write like that, so it is a package. And so mostly now you got the concept. So from so again, this is not a thing which you need to remember, but slowly by doing practice, you will come to know that this is how we can define class, this is how we can define methods and packages. And so this is not a concept where the question would be there and you'll have to write the answers, but for to avoid the complexity, you can remember the rules and try practicing while doing coding. Is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then we will meet again at I think 11 o'clock, third session. Fine. So at that time we will discuss few more things. There are few more interesting concepts that we are going to discuss. So as of now, I am about to end the session so that you can get break. But before going, let me know if you have any doubt.
सर अगला टॉपिक कौन सा होगा हमारा?
अगला टॉपिक हम स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ जावा भी देख सकते हैं और देयर आर टू मोर थिंग्स व्हिच आई एम प्लानिंग, लेकिन स्ट्रक्चर में ज़्यादा टाइम चला जाएगा क्योंकि उसमें मुझे पैकेज भी कन्वर्ट करना कंसिडर करना पड़ेगा, इंटरफेस भी दिखाना चाहिए। तो अभी देखता हूँ स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ जावा विल बी देयर And if time permits, we will discuss few more things. Fine.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So in this topic, whatever we have discussed in this session, if you have any doubts, then tell me.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, great. Then you can leave the meeting and you can have a break and then join the next session. Bye for now.